my name is Lily Swa and welcome to Cooking with Mrs. M. Today is another exciting episode where I get to share my love for cooking, but not alone, with another special guest. I don't know who that is, but I'm just hoping that whoever it is, they're just going to pass the vibe check.
Sanbonani, hello, bonjour, konnichiwa. I'm Blessed Anderson, aka The Don. I'm a marketing specialist and also I'm a fitness guru. I'm one of the best in the country.
So, in today's episode, we're doing food and fitness. I'll be making a pork belly roast and some vegetables and probably add a little bit of a relish. Nobody likes a dry menu. And I'll be making my favorite dessert, a no-bake cheesecake. It is top 2, but not 2, if you get what I mean.
I'm going to meet up with Mrs. M. And I can't wait, to learn more about the food and what we're going to be talking about.
So in today's episode, I am hoping to delve deeper into the conversation about food, lifestyle, and fitness. Now, I am crossing my fingers that I'm going to have a Skora as a guest today, so we can actually talk about more about that. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
I should be giving you a hug, but you're wearing white, so let's try this. And let me just quickly put an apron on you. The Skora has arrived. Those were my first thoughts. So I'm just gonna warm this up and then we're gonna mix a little bit of it with, these are just crushed biscuits. You can use this, it's like, use it for a crust. You can make a crust with any of your favorite, whatever you have. Now we're gonna do the crust. I just added some melted butter into our crust. So you can use anything. This crust, you can actually elevate it. You can use Oreos, you can add nuts.
Chinese biscuits.
Totally up to you. Like, it's not limited to this because you can use like a whole range of other biscuits that you want as a crust. Some people actually use cake. I think you can even try bread.
Actually, cheesecake is the mother of all desserts.
So you're gonna spoon some of it onto here, but I think let's try greasing the pan just so that it's not too dry. Although we're not gonna be baking this, we're just gonna be setting it in the freezer while we actually cook our main meal. So these pans are like tot pans, like it's like they call this a spring form pan, so that when your dessert is ready, you just push it up all the way instead of messing it up. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit of, this is wax paper. You can use some of it to actually line your pan. So you just do that. Get that, just do a little bit of this, and then dip into your butter, something like this. And then come and line your pan. I think yours is, I almost put some in there. Yeah, try to keep it there. Just rub the butter like this, not too much. I think that is enough for the whole pan. Okay. You can even line the sides. It just kind of helps when you take it out.
Take it out, yeah.
It just helps for it to, actually look really nice. So you spoon it like this, not too much. Remember, we still have to have the filling. We're gonna make a filling, but right now we just do this. We're gonna put it in the fridge and then we're gonna mix together our filling, a cheesecake filling. In the meantime, can we just put this in the freezer just so that it sets properly?
I love how easy it is to actually make the no-bake cheesecake.
All right, so maybe for now, can we just mix the filling? So what I have here, this is cream cheese.
Of course.
It's cold. Sometimes I would normally use cream cheese when it's at room temperature. So use cream cheese, this plain yogurt, this is maple syrup, and this is lemon squeeze, fresh lemon. So we're just gonna pour everything into one, and then we're gonna whip that until it's nicely combined. And then we're just gonna check the consistency. If it's too runny, you can add more of something. If it's like too dry or not the consistency we're looking for, we can add some cream. So yeah. Now the part is just to add everything. The fun part I like about this is that you just dump everything in here. I think the next step, since our dessert is setting in the freezer, to actually make a compote. Now this is like one of my favorite things to actually make, a berry compote. This is what we're definitely going to be using to top off our dessert.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, we try the cheesecake. So here I've got 1 cup of blueberries. It could be frozen, it could be fresh, it's totally up to you. You can literally do like a blueberry compote, like literally only blueberries only, and it would still be fine. So I want you to add this as well. So these strawberries, I was using them just the other day, so instead of throwing them out because you feel like they're not as fresh as they were, this is the best thing to actually dispose your berries with, like actually cook them and just convert them into something else or add them into your smoothies. I think that is actually something very good when you want to preserve food. Let's move on to the stove so that we can actually cook our compote. So this is just berries. You can use strawberries only or use blueberries, whatever. So we're just gonna cook this and we're gonna add some cinnamon sugar. So you can, if you don't have cinnamon sugar straight, you can actually use brown sugar and add a touch of cinnamon and then just cook that. So now I'm just adding a little bit of cornstarch. This is going to help for the compote to be nice and thick. Basically, it's just like a thickening agent. If you don't have this, you can use flour, you can use corn flour, one of those. So it's just going to help as it simmers down for it to actually thicken.
It has to be thick.
Not thick.
Okay.
I mean, compotes can have different characters. Some are too thick, some are too thin, some are runny, some are not. So it really depends on what you're going to use it for. And we're not being fussy with what we're using it for because it's going on top of a cheesecake.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you're going to be using this as a cake filling, you want it to be very thick so that it can be stable enough so that your cake doesn't wobble all over the place. So I think already it's starting to thicken, as you can see. So we'll just leave this on low heat to simmer for at least 2 minutes and then turn it off and let it cool. Alright, so this is what it looks like about 2 minutes later. It's already simmered down and I think you can tell the consistency. Kind of looks different, right?
Yeah, it does.
Not as runny. So we're just gonna let this cool. We're just gonna turn on the stove, turn off the stove and just put it aside, let it cool down, and maybe, okay, I don't want to refrigerate it. If we refrigerate it, it's gonna get more thick. I'm looking for a runny consistency for what we're gonna use it for on the cheesecake.
On the cheesecake?
Yeah. Now on to the fun stuff, actually the actual cooking. So we're actually making pork belly today.
Yes.
So this is not a really popular kind of protein that people actually prepare. So I also just like a little bit of a challenge as well. So what I did here was to season this the night before. You want to add in, like throw in your favorite spices. My go-to one has to be the cajun spice. This is what we have over here.
Okay.
This cajun, this paprika, this is dried dill. And these are rainbow peppercorns. So you can just, yeah, that's what we have there. And I spread a little bit of garlic. So the only thing that I'll be adding here is only the dry dill, and we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of the oil, and then we are ready to pan sear this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty much clear.
Just have it yona on its own. And I think I love pork belly also. I normally actually prepare it when I'm going to make bread, like a garlic bread or like your blue cheese and rosemary kind of bread.
So we're going to start with pan searing that about 10 minutes, 5 minutes on each side, and then we're going to put it inside the oven so that we finish the roast in the oven. So here I'm picking up my herbs that I'm going to be using. I'll use fresh thyme, fresh rosemary. I may just add some mint. It's not necessary, but just to give...
For the flavor.
For flavor,
Yes.
you know. I feel like you can never run out of options of, you know, adding more flavor. So I think this time is a good time to actually put our herbs on the side as well as our garlic. So I just crushed like 3-4 garlic cloves just to give the flavor out. You can just put this on the side, and then I'll be adding the garlic cloves just so that this flavor that is incorporated into our pork belly. You can just put the herbs on the side, and I'm gonna add this as well.
This side?
Yeah, you can put them in there. While we're getting that pan seared, I think we can chop up the vegetables that we're going to be using. So we're going to be using baby marrows today.
Baby marrows and the
carrots, and then we can also add some sweet corn. Okay. Remember, we're trying to keep the meal as healthy as possible. Let's just get this into the oven. We'll get to the fun talk. We're taking this into the oven. Remember, we're going to be baking this a minimum of 30 minutes, and then we're going to check in on if our pork belly is ready. It is blazing hot in here, and I need to turn on this heat exactly for my to actually steam the baby marrows. We're just going to give it 3 minutes. So right here, what I'm doing, we're making some relish, something that we're just going to pour over our pork belly our vegetables. Yeah, so in here I put some butter, I put some oil, I have garlic, I have red onions, and we can season that. Actually, let me just give you the liberty to do that. This is cajun, this is paprika, this is dry dill. I can even give you sweet basil. I can give you peppercorns, but these peppercorns you can't use them like this. I'm going to give you something so you can just put them in. So we can season.
So am I sprinkling?
Yeah, you can sprinkle. We're going to season at your level. So in the meantime, what we're going to be doing is making our last part of this dish, which is the relish, which we're going to be sprinkling over once everything is ready.
Relish, lishisa, sochana, mshijana, soup.
So you can keep stirring there, and then once it almost looks nicely combined, you can add the tomato paste, and then the last thing that we're going to add is sour cream. Now, sour cream is a nice addition when you're doing relish because it just gives a nice creaminess, and it gives it a touch of sophistication. Almost half of it, almost, not all of it, just almost half, like something like this. That should be fine. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to be peeling this. Umbila. I actually thought it's umbila, or it's gonna be yellow something, yellow umbila. And so hearing that sweet corn, something that sounds so sweet and nice, is called sangalane. Totally unflattering. So I'm just gonna cut these into half, and then I'm gonna get a fork. We're going to stab into it, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. Have you added the sour cream over there?
Yeah.
How's it looking?
I think
Relishy.
Yes. I think almost
Relishy.
there.
Okay, I think you can reduce the heat slowly and just let it simmer. Just let it simmer. We can leave it open because we're not trying to overcook it as well. So I want to cut this into half. Can you do it? You should probably do a better job than me at this.
Don't mind if I break the knife, right?
I do mind, actually. I will mind. So you know what? While that is happening, I think we should check in with our pork belly while you're still cutting there. I'm just gonna bring it over to the table so we can give it a nice turn. Oof. With the sweet corn, this is how it's looking over here. This is our relish. Now remember, sorry, I think this is dripping and it might drip onto your shoes. Just put it away. So this is how it's looking. The vegetables are nice and you can get the crunch from the red onions. However, remember we added, what do you call this? Sour cream. So we may need to balance that out a little bit with either something on the sweet side or we want to add something that is more neutral so that the flavors get balanced and we can add a little bit of
the sweet
salt
side.
and what. So sweet side.
Let's go with the sweet
Let's
side.
go with chutney then. If we're going sweet side.
Chili.
Yeah, we can actually do sweet chili.
Sweet chili, please.
Let me just get the sweet chili and then I think that should actually give us a nice flavor. So actually the flavor profile of anything that you do, you change it as you go. So this is what we started with, but now we're just changing up the flavor profile to a more sweeter note and I think it's gonna go well with actually the vegetables. There we go. Okay, so how much sweet chili? I'm not sure. Let's start with this much, mix it in and just put it back to simmering.
We didn't have the power, the means to use the fire, so we ended up using the gas flames. We ended up burning the corn, but it worked for us. It looks nice, or tasting nice.
The next step is us plating. So now we've gotten to the end of the show, but in terms of the cooking. I think the pork belly is ready right now. I'm just going to be taking it out, and I think it had been ready. I just put it back just for control because I had to literally wrap it into foil just to ensure that all the juices stay in there, but it cooks completely well. So I'm just going to take it out of the oven and we can start
I cannot
plating.
wait. I cannot wait to eat.
Please. Is it bussin'? Is it going in? The crackle, I enjoy the crackle the most when I have pork belly. It's like one of my favorite parts about it. How is the softness, the crackle, everything?
When I was cutting, I could see the oil there. This one is going to be on a different level. But I enjoyed the pork belly. It was really nice. And then the pork belly, it was amazing. This is the pork level. This one is the one.
Is it? Oh, it's actually going in, and I'm loving this. It's actually going in proper.
I'm loving the spices, me, more than anything.
On this?
Yeah, they really. Yeah, the pork belly was really amazing. Also, my sweet chili, guys. Yo.
That's the one. You should write this recipe down. Sour cream, sweet chili, don. You know what? I think let's enjoy the rest of the meal off camera. After the pork belly, now we're moving on to dessert. So I just took these out of the freezer. This one is yours. Okay, you can take this one actually. So what we're gonna do, we're taking it out of the pan. Remember I said this is a springform pan, so you can just push it up, and we're gonna be plating this on this wooden aesthetic, okay? Just take yours.
I'm gonna call it the wooden board.
It's like support for like proper. Like this is. So you just take it out, push it up at the center. Yeah. Then you take it out like that. That's how you release it. And then I need a table knife. Just put it there for now. Either a table knife or anything. So I need to take this. So you need to release it from that, because the base is now not part of what is going to be eaten. Okay. Yeah. That's how you release it. Try doing it like you lift it up. Yeah. And then where the two meet, just put that knife. And then we are going to be using the berry compote. It's already cooled down, and I think the consistency has changed so much from the last time we actually were making it. This is how it's looking. So
yeah, mine is difficult. Yeah.
It's difficult?
Yes.
Okay, let me do it.
I don't want to mess it up.
It's okay. It would be a beautiful mess. Like, it's a beautiful mess. It is slightly sticky on one side. Yeah. Okay.
I told you.
We are missing out on the good base. This is fixable. It's fixable. Trust me.
So we can try the other one.
Yeah, or actually try the other one.
But it's okay. I think it's okay.
It's fine. Trust me, it tastes the same.
I am a little bit finicky. I'm a bit, I just want things done a certain way. I want it to look a certain way. So now meeting somebody else who actually has the same mentality, it's just like, get out of here. Honestly speaking, there's too much pressure, because it's like, I've already put pressure on myself. What do you mean you're bringing more pressure?
So now you're just gonna spread the compote. You do it your way, I'll do it my way.
Okay.
And then the next thing would be us to actually garnish. So you can garnish with fresh herbs or fresh flowers, or you can add more fresh fruit.
I'm just like, take it home.
I think it's time to dig in. Happy dessert. This is my favorite part of the meal. Sometimes I actually start with dessert, and it literally makes my day. This is so good. I don't want to spoil it. Does that even make sense?
It looks nice, eh?
Okay, let's do it. Remember that we froze our base,
yes.
So it's gonna be a little bit hard, so you can just do it either way.
It was cold, and the texture was also nice because it is cold and it's juicy. The lemon is the one there.
Yeah?
I'm feeling
It's got a nice punch.
it's really nice.
If I could eat cheesecake 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. For real, for real. This is literally my favorite dessert.
If we could.
I can.
I can give, out of 10, I can give it a 10 because that cheesecake was really nice.
Today, I'm really struggling with stopping when it comes to the food, but we have come to the end of today's episode. I had so much fun talking about food, fitness, and lifestyle. And this cheesecake is going in. It's really going in. So thank you so much for tuning in once again. I hope you had fun watching and learning in the process. Make sure to join us next time, same place. I love you.